Hey there, I'm Amelia. I'm 28, living in the chaos of Chicago, and working my tail off at a high-powered advertising firm that never seems to sleep. For the past 3 years, I've been climbing the corporate ladder, hustling every single day, and let me tell you, it's exhausting. But ambition isn't for the faint of heart, right? It takes grit, determination, and a little bit of stubbornness. And me, I've got all three in spades. Amelia, you got those reports ready? Michael's voice cut through my headphones like a knife. That's my boss always hovering, always pressing like he has a personal vendetta against me. Just finishing up, Michael, I called back, trying to keep my tone steady. Be on your desk in 10, I swear, that man. Honestly, I think he gets some weird satisfaction out of making my life stressful. But I've never been the type to back down. I've got goals, dreams, and a plan, and nothing's going to derail me. And speaking of my lifelines, I have to talk about my twin sister Olivia. She's my real MVP. We've been inseparable since childhood, partners in crime through every mess life threw at us. Even after our parents' messy divorce, when most siblings drift apart, we only grew closer. Now she's about to get married, and I couldn't be prouder. Amelia, what do you think about these centerpieces? Her voice crackled through my phone as I flipped through design mock-ups. The purple ones are gorgeous. Your wedding is going to be amazing, sis, I told her, smiling even though work's deadlines were already nudging at my brain. Olivia and I had been each other's rocks for years, leaning on one another through heartbreak, triumph, and everything in between. Amelia, got a sec? That's James, my cubicle buddy, peeking over the partition with a grin. Sure. What's up? I asked, trying to keep my tone light. Michael's on a warpath again. Just a heads up. I rolled my eyes, muttering under my breath. Thanks for the warning. What's his issue this time? James shrugged. Who knows? Maybe the coffee machine offended him. We both laughed, but the tension lingered. Michael always seemed to see me as some sort of threat. If he only knew how much I already had on my plate. Later, I grabbed a quick lunch with Sarah from HR. She's one of the few people at the office you can trust completely. How are you holding up, Amelia? She asked, concern in her eyes. I sighed, poking at my salad. Hanging in there. Michael. Sarah nodded. You know you can always come to me if things get out of hand, right? I know, I said, genuinely grateful. Thanks, it means a lot. On my way home, my phone buzzed. Daniel, my boyfriend, my cheerleader, my sanity in human form, was texting. Hey babe, how was your day? I smiled, thumbs flying. Oh, the usual corporate circus. How about you, Mr. Software Engineer? I finally solved that bug that's been haunting us for weeks, he replied. Small victories, right? I grinned. That's my guy. Always saving the day, one line of code at a time. We chatted about dinner plans, Olivia's wedding, and life in general. Don had always been my rock through all the career madness, steady, supportive, and endlessly patient. But even as I hung up, a nagging feeling crawled over me. Something was brewing at work, and it wasn't going to be pretty. I had no idea that storm would test everything: my career, my relationships, and my integrity. Monday morning arrived with its usual chaos. I walked into the office, still buzzing from wedding details over the weekend, completely unaware of what was waiting for me. Parker, my office. Now, Michael's voice boomed across the floor. I straightened my blazer, trying to mask the panic already knotting in my stomach, and headed to his office. What's up, Michael? I asked cautiously. He didn't even glance up. Sit down, we've got a situation. I perched on the edge of the chair, stomach twisting. What kind of situation? Titanium Inc. wants a pitch 2 weeks from Saturday, he said, eyes cold. My heart sank. That's my sister's wedding. I can't. I'm the maid of honor. I have to be there, I said, voice tight. Michael leaned back, a smirk playing on his lips. You have a choice, Parker. Your sister's wedding or your job. If you're not here for the pitch, don't bother coming back on Monday. I felt like I'd been sucker punched. You can't be serious. That's not fair. Life isn't fair, Parker. Deal with it, he said, his tone final. I stormed out, mind spinning. In the hallway, I bumped into James. Wow, Amelia, you look like you've seen a ghost. I dragged him into the break room and spilled everything. He listened, expression darkening by the second. That's messed up, and you have to talk to HR. Document everything, every email, every conversation. And definitely speak to Sarah, he said, his voice low but urgent. Thanks. James. I don't know what I'd do without you, I murmured, a small glimmer of hope sparking inside me. Later that day, I cornered Sarah in the cafeteria. Got a minute? I asked, voice trembling slightly. Of course, Amelia. What's wrong? She said, concern softening her features. I took a deep breath. Laying it all out. Michael's ultimatum, the impossible choice, the pressure. Sarah's expression grew serious. Amelia, this is a clear violation of company policy. We need to address it immediately. But what can we do? It's my word against his, I whispered, feeling helpless. Sarah leaned in. Document everything. There might be more going on than you realize. I've been hearing things about Michael. I blinked, curiosity sparking. What kind of things? She hesitated. I can't say yet. Just keep your eyes open and be careful. That night I stayed late combing through old project files. My blood boiled as I discovered what Michael had been doing, taking credit for my ideas, manipulating performance reports, trying to make me look incompetent. As I was leaving, voices drifted from the copy room. I froze. It was Jessica, our new intern, crying. I can't take it anymore. The way he looks at me, the things he says, my heart dropped. Was she talking about Michael? The next day, I pulled Jessica aside. Hey, you okay? I couldn't help overhearing yesterday. She shook, terrified. Please don't say anything. I can't lose this internship.
He said he'd ruin my career before it even started.
My resolve hardened. This wasn't just about me anymore. It was about all of us. I decided then that I would go to my sister's wedding, consequences be damned, but I wouldn't go down without a fight. I spent the next week preparing the most detailed pitch of my life. Every detail, every contingency, every angle planned. Then I did something terrifying. I went over Michael's head. Mr. Johnson, do you have a moment? I asked the CEO, catching him just before a meeting. Of course, Amelia. What can I do for you? I took a deep breath. Sir, I need to talk to you about the titanium ink pitch. And some concerns about the work environment. I laid it all out. By the time I left his office, I knew things were about to change, one way or another. I'd lit the fuse. All I could do now was wait. Saturday arrived. I stood in front of the mirror, adjusting my maid of honor dress. My stomach was in knots. Today was Olivia's big day, and I couldn't shake the lingering worry about work. You look gorgeous. Olivia beamed, appearing behind me. I forced a smile. Not as stunning as you, sis. You ready to do this? The ceremony was beautiful. As I watched Olivia exchange vows, a wave of peace washed over me. I'd made the right choice by being here during the reception. My phone buzzed. I snuck away to answer. Amelia, thank God, came. James's panicked voice. Michael's a no-show. We're scrambling. Haremy. Heart raced. What, he didn't show up at all? No, the client's here and we're fleeing. Blind, I took a deep breath. James, remember, the hind over her parrot. Everything you need is in there. You've got this, but Amelia, listen to me. Yaukno, this pitch inside and out. I believe in you. After calming him down, I returned to the party, trying to push work for Mimmin. That's when I spotted a familiar Fasimia. Parker, is that you? I turned Anthea. He was John, my old college buddy John. What are you doing here, friend off groom? He said, grinning. What's new with you? Still at Dynamics? We chatted. Catching up like no time had passed. Then John dropped a bombshell. You still working under Michael Reeves? Man, that guy's been making waves. I froze. What do you mean, John? Leaned in, lowering his voice. He's been interviewing our firm. Rumor has Ides planning to jump ship and bring some big clients with him. My mind raced, but before I could fully process this, my phone buzzed with a text from Jessica. Amelia, I can't take it anymore. I have proof of what Michael's been doing. Canwat. I excused myself and found Acquiet corner to call her Jessica. My voice was urgent. What's going on? Her voice trembled on the other end. I've been keeping records of everything, the harassment, the dodgy finances. I think he's been embezzling my head. Spun Jessica. This is huge. We need to talk these to HR, to the CEO. I'm scared. Amelia whispered. What if I spoke firmly? Protect you, Jessica. We'll do this together. Hanging up, I felt a mix of dread and determination. Michael's house of cards was about to come crashing. Down I returned to the wedding plastering on a smile. Olivia and I were dancing. Wench squeezed my hand, her eyes filled with concern. Everything okay, sis? It nodded, a surge of love from my twin filling my chest. Yeah, just some work stuff, but don't worry. I've got it handled. As the night wounded down, I received one last message from James. Wedded it, Amelia. The client loved the pitch hour, a lifesaver. I smiled, the weight of uncertainty lifting off my shoulders. Tomorrow would bring its own battles, but tonight I celebrated my sister's happiness and my own small victory. Monday morning I walked into the office, me head high, but my stomach in knots. I barely slept, bracing for the confrontation with Michael, but as I approached his office, I was met with a surprise. Amelia, good morning. Can you join me in the conference room? It was Mr. Johnson, our CEO. Confused, I followed him. Of course, sir. Is everything all right? He gestured for me to sit first. I want to commend you on the Titanium Inc. pitch team. Did an excellent job, thanks largely to your preparation and node still. Wary, thank you, sir, but where's Mitchell? Mr. Johnson's expression darkeneth. That's what I wanted to discuss. Some concerning information has come to light. I understand you have something to add. This was my moment. I took a deep breath and laid it all out. The ultimatum, the stolen credit, John's revelation about Michael's jaw hunting, and finally Jessica's evidence. Mr. Johnson listened intently, his expression growing graver by the minute. Amelia, I want you to know, take these allegations very seriously. An internal investigation is already underway. What happens now? I asked. For no, Michael has been suspended pending investigation. As for you, Amelia, I'd like you to temporarily take over his responsibilities. My head spun me, but Sir held up a hand. You've more than proving yourself, Amelia. The team respects you and you've shown exceptional leadership. Michael and his toxic influence were gone, leaving room for a stronger, more ethical company and a version of myself I could be proud of, as Olivia would say. That's what I call a happy ending. The story's over, but I've got a question. For you, if you were in my shoes, would you have risked your job, toten your twins' wedding, or would y'all have stayed to make the pitch? What will do have done differently? Let me know in the comments below.